TC.
TC, it's your boy Angelo, and we back for the first time in about 2.5 months with the Sunday Sports Roundup.
Been busy, man.
Man, we've been busy. School, work, music, the whole shebang bang. Coaching, got everything going on right now in the works. But let's get into this. The NFL season just wrapped up, and my Eagles won the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Philly fans.
I ain't gonna even comment on that, but that is tough though. Congrats, man. I know you've been waiting for it, but
The first time in my 21 3/4 years of living, my favorite team was actually won a championship, and I knew what was going on. The first time, but we're not gonna talk about that.
yeah, that's not acceptable.
No, it's not. But I'm a ride or die.
That is true.
I'm a ride or die. So, NFL season wrapped up, and a lot just went down in the NBA over the past week. So we finna talk about that. First of all, first thing we got to talk about, everybody knows the Cleveland trades and how they completely blew the whole team up and got new guys in there. What do you think about that? Getting Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, George Hill, Rodney Hood.
Well, I guess my favorite person that they picked up was probably Rodney Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Just because his size and him being the shooting guard, I think he'll be a pretty good threat. Initially, when I seen this, I made some pretty big comments about them, about the trade. I think that the trade was good for what the Cavs needed to moving towards the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the end-all, be-all because of the fact that I think still they need a center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got Tristan Thompson, that's cool, but I think
He's not the center that they need. They needed somebody like a...
I mean, I'm cool with Tristan Thompson. I just think they just need another option if he can't provide that night.
Somebody else who could get you 10 boards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty cool with the Jordan Clarkson. I like that pickup. I think Larry Nance is going to add a lot of energy. George Hill, I'm curious to see what he's going to do, though. He's the most interesting person I want to see.
And I kind of agree with you on that for George Hill because we've seen his career with the Pacers.
Yep.
We've seen him have to step into that spotlight of being in the Eastern Conference Championship going against Bron.
Yep.
And before that, he played Bron with the Pacers the year before that in the second round in the lockout season when he won his first championship. And they went 6, then 7 in the conference championship, then 6 again in the conference championship. And the story in that was, where's George Hill? Each time they played, because George Hill relatively didn't show up. And then the Pacers, we seen that spiral out of control, losing Roy Hibbert, David West, Lance Stevenson, then Paul George and George Hill. Him being on Sacramento, on Utah, and Utah was a playoff team, and he was on the team. But at the end of the day, you still wasn't hearing George Hill. You were still worrying about, what is George Hill going to bring you? Is he going to be able to give you that 15 tonight?
One thing I did like about what I seen George Hill was on Bleacher Report, actually. Shout out to Bleacher Report. They do a good job. But I seen he said that LeBron's the Batman and the other Robins, and they just have to feel their role every night. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But the question is that don't mean that you get to take a step back and still not be aggressive. Bron's going to need times when
he's not going to be able to give you 20 and a quarter.
Yeah.
15 and a quarter.
But
sometimes you might need to get 10 and a quarter.
I'm intrigued to see what Jordan Clarkson can bring, though. Because now playing on a team with
high expectations, and you not playing on a team where we
it
still
is what it
better.
is.
Our goal right now is just to win 30 games.
Yeah.
Then the year after that, our goal is to win 35. Then maybe we can reach for the playoffs.
I say this is how it goes in order for me. Larry Nance, I expect the least contribution from the trade.
Because he's not the biggest of scorers.
Well, not even that. I just don't even want to put any pressure on him.
He's a better defender and rebounder, and he brings energy to the team.
And I'm just going to let him be him. Come in, be energy, dunk the ball, rebound, play defense. Make your life simple. Not asking you to take people off the dribble. I don't need... Play defense, run the floor, get rebounds, dunk the ball, play above the rim. Okay. Then we go to, this is tough. But I'm gonna go Jordan Clarkson number 3. Okay. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna go George Hill number 3. And just because I don't want my expectations for George Hill to be too high, knowing that he's giving around 10.
Mm-hmm. And he hasn't been able to deliver when those expectations have been set.
True, but I think for them to be successful, what George Hill is going to have to do is he's going to have to be able to control the tempo of the game when Bron comes out, be the point guard Bron needs him to do, knock down timely shots, be aggressive at times and going to the cup, and also be a defender. You're going to have to be locked down. That's the only way they're going to be successful. Number 2 for me, now I'll go Jordan Clarkson. If they're going to have him off the bench, which I expect them to do, and I think that would make the most sense, he's going to have to be big off the bench.
He averaging, what, 16?
Yeah, I think, let me check.
15 or 16?
I believe it's around there.
Off the bench, I know he's averaging about 4 rebounds and 3 assists a game.
And the thing I like about Jordan Clarkson, for me, is the fact that I think people's expectations for him are low, and I think he's going to try to prove something.
Because I think people's expectations for him are low due to the fact that he was on
Jordan Clarkson's averaging 14.5 right now.
See, he can give you 14.5 when he has to take a bulk of the load.
Yep.
As far as scoring in LA, obviously, no disrespect to Lonzo Ball, who can grow into a great player if his daddy shut the hell up and he stopped listening to him.
Don't talk about LeVar like that, LeVar.
Hey, I love LeVar.
No, hey, scratch with this fool talking about LeVar. Let me tell you 3 things. No, stop. I ain't in with that. LeVar, your son can come play for me at any time. Nah, but no, real talk though, I like LeVar.
I love LeVar. I just think that
you don't have to shut up. You're a brand.
The media, they bring him up so much, and then people get upset when he's brought up. It's not his fault that the media want to keep a camera on him. Because I don't know if you saw him on Kevin Hart.
I'd say that
was short, cold as balls, or whatever it's called. It was hilarious, but that's besides the point. Jordan Clarkson doesn't have to do nearly as much going to Cleveland now, because when Jordan Clarkson is on, the dude could give you 20, 25, but when he off, that's the scary part. When he off, he basically like a poor man's Russell Westbrook. He's gonna turn the ball over, he's gonna take stupid shots, and he's gonna make dumb decisions.
Damn.
But with Bron,
man's Russell.
yes, but with Bron,
Jordan, I ain't gonna even go. Hey man, hey Jordan Clarkson, I ain't with him on this.
Look,
Jordan, I got love for you.
I do like him, but as far as me and my personal opinion,
you're not no damn poor
as far
man's
as his decision making.
You're not no poor man's Russell. You're Jordan Clarkson. I'm not gonna do that to him. That's fine.
Hey man, I'm calling it what it is, man. But he's with Bron now. He doesn't have to make all those decisions. He's not gonna make all those decisions. That's what Bron gonna do. Bron gonna make them decisions for him while Bron on the bench.
Hey, but you know, dude, I just keep saying Rodney Hood. I'm happy about him.
6'8" shooting guard.
16.8 points a game right now.
Can defend.
Yes.
Can take you off the dribble.
Can knock down shots.
But you know what?
At the time.
He's a good 3-point shooter. But you know what though? I don't think people realize that George Hill leads the league in 3-point percentage right now with 45. So
intriguing.
That's something that you got to look out for too. Is his percentage going to drop? Is it going to stay the same? Is he still going to be as efficient as he was in Sacramento? That's everything that you got to look out for.
So let me ask this question: did the Cavs, in your opinion, good enough right now to beat the Boston Celtics? Because
I personally think that with the team before all the trades, they would beat Boston just on the simple fact that Bron takes his level of play to another atmosphere compared to anybody else in the league come playoff time. And we've seen time and time again where Bron can beat the whole Eastern Conference by itself. We've seen time and time again where Bron can beat the best team in the Eastern Conference by himself. He did it with Detroit. He's done it. He did it his last year in Miami because he was relatively by himself. That Miami team was old.
Shh.
Look, they just don't know how to accept facts. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, you look at the team and people see a bunch of names. That's it. They just see names. And they think, oh, well, that was the same team they had the year before when they beat the Spurs. No, it wasn't. Dwayne Wade got a year older. Ray Allen got a year older. Bron was still the same player. Chris Bosh got a year older, and he wasn't giving them that 17 a game that they needed from him against San Antonio. Norris Cole, he got older, and his play came down. He was still young. This was only his third year in the league at this point, but his play came down. He wasn't stepping up like he did the year before that. Mario Chalmers wasn't stepping up like he did the year before that. And then on top of that, the Spurs just completely outplayed them in that finals too. They literally showed people why LeBron had to leave Miami and go back to Cleveland. Because if he'd have stayed in Miami any longer, he wasn't going to win another ring. Unless they brought some young talent in there. But I do think that they lost scoring. Because you lose a 25-point scoring Isaiah Thomas. Okay.
Who?
25. Isaiah
Who?
Thomas. 2025.
Who?
Mighty Mouse.
Who?
Mighty Mouse 2.0.
You said 25?
20 to 25.
When?
Isaiah?
With a hip? No,
I mean, he had 22 and 6 in his debut off the bench last
that
year.
shit was actually, I ain't gonna even
That
lie
was
to
strong.
you. That was strong. I ain't gonna lie to you, Isaiah.
They lost.
strong.
They lost scoring, but their problem wasn't scoring because they had people putting up 140 points on them, and they were still getting 130.
Yeah.
The Thunder put up damn near 150 something points on them, and they put up 130.
All right, so I'm gonna give a.
But they got better on the defensive end.
They did.
That's what they needed.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I was a little critical about Isaiah Thomas at first, but the more I think about it, I don't think Isaiah was. He's not a bad player.
No,
he
he's
just
not
wasn't.
a bad player. He wasn't a fit for Cleveland. He needs the ball in his hands. He can't defer to other people for him to be able to succeed in his career. He cannot defer to other people. He needs to be the best player on the team. He needs to be the one taking most of the shots, setting up the offense. He can't have nobody like Bron on his team. He can't have nobody like KD.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you think that's gonna play into him not being able to be a championship point guard then?
Isaiah Thomas?
Because if you look at the landscape of all these teams that are very, very good right now,
The point guards are okay with being able to defer to other people.
even Stephen Curry.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it won't play into him being able to be a championship point guard. Because you got to look at the case of Russell Westbrook. If Westbrook get there, Westbrook's still going to be the same Westbrook.
But let's stop though. Let's stop right here. Westbrook is also a triple-double machine.
That's true.
So
Well,
he can
Isaiah
kind of.
Thomas is literally just a scorer.
That's what I'm saying.
And it doesn't help either that he's 5'9".
Nah.
I'm taller than Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
We will have to see what happens in the rest of the season.
So if you're the Lakers,
Do you keep him or trade him?
well,
Or you can't trade him because the deadline is up. So
Right.
you got to keep him for the rest of the season unless you release him.
do you release him at the end of the year? Or do you try to negotiate and get something with him, or do you think that the Cavaliers actually just, the Lakers actually just moved their space to the Cavs so that they can try to go get their max contracts from
If
Bron
I'm
and
the
Paul George
Lakers,
next year?
if I'm the Lakers, I would get rid of him on the simple fact that there is drama. And I don't want that whole drama feel between Lonzo and Isaiah to have to take place in the locker room because it's already a young team. And that's just going to make things worse. So
But we don't know if it will work or not, though.
that's the thing. We don't know. But I'm just speaking off of right now what I think would happen.
Yeah, I feel you.
I wouldn't want that to take place. If I'm a Lakers fan, I would rather have Isaiah gone, whether it be trading him or just releasing him. I'd rather have him gone. I'd try to get something back for him if I could, because you always want to get something back for a player who just came off an MVP-like season.
Yeah.
But if you can't, you kind of just got to take your chips and crap out of the table.
So let me ask you this question. The Celtics made a move as well.
Mm-hmm.
They got Greg Monroe.
Mm-hmm. That was a big move.
What do you think about that move? As far as them,
They were already one of the better defensive teams in the league, one of the best. And I think they got better defensively, and they got better on the boards. Greg Monroe can give you 12 and 15. and he's a decent rim protector. And that's what Al Horford wasn't, and that's what they needed. A player like Greg Monroe off the bench, like Kelly Olynyk last year. That's basically the role that Greg Monroe is filling right now.
I do want to see what.
So I think it's a great move by the Celtics.
I like the Greg Monroe pickup. I thought that was good for them. I am kind of curious to see in the second half of the season how will the Celtics be, because they've kind of spiraled a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit,
which is gonna happen because the Warriors have too. They lost.
Of course,
they lost 3 out of their last.
But I just want to see
the Warriors win last night.
Yes, they beat the Spurs.
So they won 2 out of their last 5 games.
I am just a little curious to see, with them being a young team, you know, a little bit, and I am kind of curious to see in the second half of the season how will they be able to stay the course. I think that'll be cool though.
Like with those young legs.
And I am also curious.
NBA season.
What will the Washington Wizards do in the second half of the season?
John Wall was scheduled to be out for 6 to 8 weeks?
Believe so.
Okay. So right now, what I'm seeing reports from Washington, because I follow damn near every team in the NBA. You know, I'm an NBA connoisseur, and they are looking for a veteran point guard who can come in and just take the role of John Wall. And yes, at one point they were looking at Derrick Rose.
Are they still looking at him?
Yes, they still are. The Spurs, the Timberwolves, and the Wizards are the 3 teams I know that's looking at Derrick Rose right now.
I know you're happy about that.
I am happy because, look, even though I want y'all to know this real quick. Yes, I am a Derrick Rose fan. He is my favorite player of all time. I have been through some shit, alright, over the last 8 years. Really more so 5 years. It ain't gonna get no easier, bro. So I want him to go to a team where he only has to play 10 to 15 minutes a game, so I don't have to worry about him getting hurt again, and be able to contend for a championship. And the best team he could do that for right now, because the best coach in the league that monitors and manages older players is Greg Popovich. But
can he fit them defensively?
That's the thing. He's not the best defender.
Okay, let's stop.
He's not.
He doesn't play defense.
He doesn't play defense at all.
Gotcha.
But, and he can't shoot. So really, if he's not getting in the paint, a team has no use for him. And to all the Derrick Rose fans out there, I mean, y'all might get mad at me for saying this, but it's the truth. At a certain point in time, y'all gonna have to realize that the nigga just can't play like he used to anymore. He can't play 20, 30 minutes a game like he did in his last 2 years in Chicago and give you 17, 18, 19 points a game. He did in New York last year, which is why he only played 56 games and got hurt again with a season-ending surgery. And he messed his ankle up and had a bone spur before the season even started and missed damn near a month and had to contemplate retiring from the NBA.
I can feel that pain. So I'm going to let you go ahead and pipe that down. But one thing I will say about Derrick Rose, shout out to NBA Live. Bro, they made Derrick Rose look so damn fast. I'm talking about he came on, I'm playing against my cousin, and I get a scream, came off, I'm like, nah, that ain't it, dog. Hey, I was happy because, I mean, I had the Cavs, but don't get me wrong now.
Don't gas him up like that.
And then his explosion to the cup.
Ridiculous. He can still yam that mug. Like,
no, bro. Bow. I'm talking about that old 2-hand.
Touching the number.
Everything. But it was, I like him on NBA Live.
But I'm going to digress from the Derrick Rose rant for a nigga get a little more emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a touchy subject for me. But let's just talk about this. Let's talk about the West a little bit. If the season ended today, with the way the Warriors been playing, the way the Rockets been playing, Thunder, Spurs, Timberwolves, all of them, who would you say is going to go to the finals out of the West? Just with the way they've been playing lately. I'm not saying like we know what they can do, we know what they're going to do. Just with the way they have been playing lately.
I'm going to say this. The Warriors are going to the finals.
Right.
But
that's a given. Personally. And if they don't, y'all can come back to this video and talk all types of shit.
Bro, I've been saying it. No one's been believing me.
Okay, see.
Now people want to start, bro, maybe. No, the Oklahoma City Thunder are a matchup problem for the Warriors. It's not like, it's no shade. Like, bro, they're nasty, bro. Because Paul George, I feel like when he plays against KD, he feels like he got something to prove.
Mm-hmm. When he play against any top team, he feel like, bruh.
And the thing that I like is when the Thunder actually beat the Warriors the other day, you see Melo barely played.
Yeah, he got hurt in the first quarter
Damn.
and didn't play the rest of the game. He sprained his ankle.
Do you know how good that feels? Because I ain't gonna lie to you.
As a Thunder fan,
I like Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm. Even though he's from Michigan State.
Well, not even because of that. I just like his energy at play. I'm talking about...
He brings something different to the table.
Yeah. He don't want to see Melo in postseason. You don't want to see that.
It's been a while since we seen Melo in postseason. Everybody kind of want to see it.
I'm gonna just let you know this right now. Carmelo Anthony
come postseason
in 7 games is a problem. Point blank. Period. I don't care about no 82 games.
Nobody cares about that.
I don't care about that. Carmelo Anthony in 7-game series. Bucket. Paul George, he's a bucket at all times. And I'm sorry. You can say what you want. It's just something about Russell Westbrook when he plays against Stephen Curry.
The Warriors, period. It brings something different out in them, bro. It brings out a different demon. Yeah, he's a triple-double machine, but it's a different type of triple-double machine, bro. Because he's trying to yam out everything in his way and be as disrespectful as possible and still win the game, and he going to talk bad to you.
Now, I do got a question, though. I haven't really looked into this. Why hasn't JaVale been playing much?
That part, I don't know. I haven't gotten... Because, like I said, I follow every sports team or every NBA team.
Because he's not hurt.
I haven't gotten any injury reports or anything. I think it's maybe just a personal issue probably, but I'm not sure.
Because I feel like JaVale, I mean, Zaza, he's cool, but JaVale gives him not only the rim protector a little bit more, but
they're able
like,
to run the floor a lot more too with JaVale.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to use him as like a playoff push, maybe.
Maybe.
But, I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what he does. So what do you think about DeAndre Jordan staying with the Clippers? In his comments the other day.
I don't really feel anything towards it.
I like DeAndre.
I love DeAndre Jordan, and I think him staying with the Clippers is going to be good for him in the long run because he is the best player on the team. And people will say it's debatable because of how Lou Williams has been playing, but I think it'll force him to dial up his offensive game and become a better all-around big man.
So talking about DeAndre Jordan a little bit, what do you think about the Clippers moving
Blake Griffin
to the Detroit Pistons?
I think it was a good move by the Clippers. It was a great move by the Clippers because I don't know how much longer Blake Griffin had on his contract, but I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years, and you didn't want to deal with having to worry about.
He didn't resign?
I think he did.
Okay,
it was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
When Chris Paul was still there.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought they made a pitch to him last
season.
Yeah.
For an extension. Like I said, that's why I'm not sure. So I would have to look that up. But you don't want to have to deal with your best player being in and out, in and out, in and out. And when he was in, you didn't want to have to deal with him giving you 10 points, 15 points, not being able to give you 23, 24, 25 every given night like he's supposed to.
All right. I hate on Blake Griffin a lot just because I don't think he's a superstar that takes you to the next level.
I don't think he is. I think him going to the East was great for him because he is a star that can get you to the playoffs in the East.
Yeah.
But if he's the best player on the on a Western Conference team, I don't see them getting to the playoffs unless he has more pieces around him. Like, he need like 4 or 5 Lou Williams type players around him in the West to be able to go to the playoffs.
I've been thinking about this.
His second best player can't give you 14.9, and that's him having help. Somebody else got to score.
Yeah, I just want to see what can Blake Griffin do being healthy for at least 75 to 80 games in a season.
And how far can his team go?
That's all I want to see.
Okay, so
because he just don't give me that He don't give me
that fire that you need from
superstars.
He's not a superstar. He's a star.
Yeah.
Because to most people, a superstar is just somebody who gets buckets. Nah, bruh. A superstar is somebody who gets buckets.
Affects the game in all ways.
Affects the game in all ways. And can bring you in a lot more money. Ain't nobody paying to see Blake no more. People paying to see the Greek Freak. People paying to see KD, Steph. People paying to see Russell, LeBron, Kyrie. Those are superstars. Blake is just a star. He's an all-star. Just wasn't this year.
Who do you think's better, LaMarcus Aldridge or Blake Griffin? Who'd you take?
I would take LaMarcus.
And why?
LaMarcus always does what he does come playoff time. He gives you 17, gives you 8. He's going to shoot the ball efficiently like he always does in the regular season. And Blake Griffin, we've looked up the numbers. We've seen through his career. He doesn't show up in those big moments. Because if Blake Griffin was as good as everybody thought he was, they wouldn't have blew that 3-1 lead against the Rockets.
So, question.
They wouldn't have let Josh Smith come in the fourth quarter when they was up by 20 and blow that game.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I take
I'm a little. I can't get with the Blake Griffin train.
I can't. People are on Blake Griffin's train so much because he jumped over the hood of a car. The hood of it.
He cool though. Where do you rank him in your power forwards?
Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna go Anthony Davis, Kristaps. I'm gonna have to put Draymond Green over him because Draymond Green brings way more to the table than Blake.
You say LaMarcus, of course.
LaMarcus, he's number 4. And Kevin Love. Dirk, still, to this day. So I'll probably put him at 7.
Intriguing.
And that's just me going off the top of my head, not looking at all the teams and the numbers and all this stuff. I'm going to just put him at the 7th spot. And those players bring more to their teams. Because without those players, their teams really wouldn't be in the positions that they're in. Because we know for a fact, no Draymond Green, no 2 rings for the Warriors. That's just a fact.
I talked to a lot of Warriors fans. They 100% disagree with that. Talked to a couple, but we ain't gonna even get into that. That's for a whole different day.
Yeah, we finna wrap up. What's your final thoughts?
Oh, gotta give some love to St. Louis basketball.
Shout out to Trinity.
Yeah, you can shout out to Trinity. Right on, fam. That ain't even what I was going at. I was actually going at just St. Louis basketball, St. Louis sports in general. Shout out to Trevor Trout. Signed his letter of intent to USC.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Michael Thompson. Signed his letter to Oklahoma. Shout out to Ronnie Perkins. Signed his offer to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma's been coming in trying to do a little something. They are. Shout out to I'm gonna have to. It'll be like so many that I really have to shout out. So I apologize. But shout out to Carl Reed at Luther North getting all his seniors to sign national letters of intent. That's big. People hate on them all the time.
You can, but you're getting every single senior you got
to the next level.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
All that matters.
Because that's going to build a relationship and it shows you got a positive impact on them.
Facts. I know I'm forgetting a couple people. I apologize if I forgot you. But don't think I don't care about you. Because I do. I love
We gonna be back. We gonna be back. We just had to take a little break.
Oh, my bad. I did forget two things. St. Louis College basketball. Oh my, Jordan Barnes. The man just set the record at Indiana State for the most threes in the season. STL guy. We got Xavier Sneed putting on Kansas State. We got Tyler Cook putting on at Iowa. We got Jordan Barnett putting on at Mizzou. That's all I got. But I'm telling you, man, the 314 is on the move, man.
And we're going to keep being on the move, whether it's sports, music, journalism, whatever it is, STL going to keep coming up, and we're going to keep doing it big. So shout out to everybody out there making a positive impact for themselves and for their family.
Trinity.